Now, the next speaker that we're going to invite over here will be Mr. Chester Kong, the Vice President of Goodvine Group and Tocco Toscano. I'm sure many ladies over here must have heard of this brand, Tocco Toscano. If you have visited the major shopping malls, Takashimaya, Isetan, all this, you'll see the brand there. You can see all the nice handbags over there. Yeah? Okay, now, Goodvine is the company behind Tocco Toscano, and it has got a network of over 100 retail distribution points across 15 cities such as Singapore, Beijing, Hong Kong and Kuala Lumpur. The group is involved in manufacturing, retailing and distribution of high fashion and high street fashion branded leatherware, men's apparel and accessories. In addition to Toscano, the group also owns several other successful brands such as Tocco Tenero, Dolce Donna and Tite. Most recently, Goodvine was featured in the Straits Times for their use of technology to assist in inventory and sales analysis. So without further ado, let us welcome Chester. And he will share with us on how a solution can help his company to account for his stock, increase his sales, and to better market his products.
Thanks, Angie. Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here. I want to thank Daniel Somchai for your presentation. I just realized that actually you guys are the big company. I think I'm the only SME around. So therefore, when Sean asked me to prepare slides to present, I gave him one slide. And he said, how can it be? Because I'm an SME. So but in the end he coaxed me, so I have about 4 slides, so it's going to be fast, don't worry, okay? A bit different, I actually worked the title out with him. So that's why I think I'm slightly better, right? Okay. Thanks for the privilege. They had no choice, okay? So as an SME, as we operate in all the different countries, there are many challenges, and actually a subtitle is competing with the giants. I'm sure in your space of business, you have your competitors. You know, you have the leaders of the industry, or your competitors, the next best. You know, so. In my space, we are in retail. Okay, we started in manufacturing. It started in 1985. The founder James Law actually started from scratch. Yeah, so he went to Italy. He learned the trade of making leather goods, and in the end, he found the brand Toscano there from the factory that he actually learned from. And then he licensed the brand. In the end, we bought over the brand. So Toscano now is with a history from Italy, but it's owned by a Singapore company, that is us. So, we are always thinking about competing with the giants. And in our industry, the giants are, real giants are the LVMH group, you know. You have the Chanel group, Hermes group, and so on, you know. So, we're operating in such a big environment where there are so many giants, and just for the LVMH group, you know, in 2014, the advertising budget was 3.4 billion. And if we were to go to the local leaders where you operate in your space, I'm sure, you know, they spend lots of money in terms of advertisement, marketing, and so on. And in 2011, actually, I went with Spring Singapore. Spring is not here? No? So I don't have to be so careful with it. No, there are Spring is great, okay? I went with Spring Singapore to the trip to New York to learn about what the best practices do. I must say the Singapore government, Spring and so on, you know, they really put in a lot of effort to help SME like us to grow, to become bigger and contribute to the business community. So there's one takeaway that I got from that trip is that there's a research done in America, okay? I think it could be applied to Singapore too, that 70% of the brand decisions are made in store. What this means? It means that when a customer, you could be exposed to all the 3.4 billion advertisement, But once you work in store, you're 70% more likely to make a decision in store. That means what? That means that your sales staff is important, is paramount. So we did a little bit of study. Okay, try to press this. We did a bit of study by this Neil Patel, and they did an MRI scan on the brain of consumer, and then try to find out, what's the decision-making process for a person who wish to buy a brand, a bag or a shoe, or even a tab or anything, So even your client that actually is going to buy your service, they realize that actually they engage logical thinking as well as emotional experience in terms of making a decision. But actually, they make a decision based on emotion, but they use the logic to try to explain the decision. Okay, I mean, this is like, you know how the ladies buy things, right? So, actually, excuse me, it's not just the ladies, but men buy things. If they buy a car, they always buy they make the emotion to buy a car, then they try and justify it before their wife and say, this is the best car, right? Yeah. So our short is that we don't have the budget like the big boys, but if 70% of them are going to make a decision in store, and emotion affect them, so I think we have a shot to compete with the giants, right? So 2 areas we want to really improve ourselves: product design. That means what? People talk about product design, but we feel that the way we're going to compete, we have to really understand our customer to the extent that what is the length of the bag that they feel comfortable in. One of the I cannot mention I told you the giant of our space. This big brands. I have a friend who just buying these brands. They will not buy anything else. So one day, she called and she said, Chester, do you work for Toscano? I said, yeah, I do. I like to buy this wallet. I said, come on, you are the one that buy brand ABC. Why are you buying Toscano? It's just, you never asked me before. I said, Chester, Toscano is the only wallet that holds 32 credit cards. Okay? So, no, the rich Thai guy doing the work kind of thing, they have many credit cards. So none of those big brands provide this function. But we did our deep study, we realized that they needed this. The Ibu from Indonesia, they need this, So we said, okay, let's do this, and that's the reason why we excel. We beat them on this ground. So we need to have a very deep knowledge of what our customer wants. So our old system are not able to, what we did was that we actually put a grid and deconstruct every aspect of the design of a bag and a wallet. And then we number the component. So our existing old system was not able to hold all the information. So we turned to CAPPS, and it's just an RFID. And it's really a radio frequency identity system. And it can hold a lot more information. And basically, with that information, we are able to identify each market that we operate in. And the good thing about this is that once you have this system, we actually run our Malaysian office inventory and Indonesian inventory in Singapore. As long as they use the system, because we embed the RFID tag into every of our items. So we have we have managed to identify, and our product design process is not going to be so qualitative, and our salespeople are very good, but the thing is that it's very qualitative, it's subjective sometimes. They feel good today, tomorrow they don't feel good, but this, objectively, we put the science into retail. We take the science out and put the science into it. So this is what RFID did for us, and it's going to do for us. The next thing is about service. So if 70% of the time they are able to, they're going to make a decision when they walk in the store, our staff must be fully equipped and not spend too much time in the admin work. And with this, we reduce the admin work. Just in our warehouse, actually, last time we take about 2 to 3 days to do a full warehouse check, and now with the RFID, we do a swing. It's 20 minutes. So productivity increased, and they have more time to serve the client. So. And this all comes about after a small discussion with Spring Singapore, and also together with CAPPS solution with Sean, and we come up with this. He came up with this idea, GIST. Okay, it's a Goodvine inventory system, sales and inventory sales tracking system. Okay, I must say it's important to get a good vendor, because somebody will go all the way out. Okay, to make sure it succeed, because if I succeed, he succeed. You want to have this kind of vendor. They went to our factory in China to see how they can implement their RFID into the bag. So they gave a lot of suggestions to us. We didn't think it was so. We thought it was a piece of cake to implement it, but in the end, when we implemented it, the very thing that they say that is going to happen, it happened. So of course, he's quite good. He never said that I told you so, you know. But when I look at him, I think he's saying that. You know? So, but we rectified. We're going to rectify it. So I think to study with them, to tell. I think Daniel and Somchai said, you know, to communicate with them, and that will really help. So just to summarize, it helped us in our product design, our service. Our sales people can actually recognize the loyal customer. But the problem is that when they leave, they bring the whole list with them, you know. But with this system, the next step, we are actually going to associate every bag to the customer. The bag will have a history. You can check who owns it before. So we can decipher the information behind each of the process. So with that, I just want to recognize my partners in crime. We are featured, actually, you went on your. So Joseph actually was working with me. Joseph is my boss' son. Okay, he's there, okay. We work together, and also my team, Serena and Patricia, they are here, and they really work as a team together. We make this successful. So I hope that my little experience can actually inspire you a little bit and encourage you to really embrace change and really use technology not only to cut cost, but to really aim to increase sales. And I think it can be done. Thank you.